Please welcome Emile Durkheim. Nice to see you.
Pleasure to meet you.
So, Mr. Durkheim, it's nice to see you here. I'm
Glad
happy
to be here.
to interview you and ask you a few questions.
Fire away.
So, the first topic we'll talk about is COVID-19. COVID-19, as I'm sure you've heard, was a problem a couple years ago, but we are still facing some of this impact. This impact, parts of it is social, and it has created a social divide among people of the United States. Do you have any comments on this?
I do. We need better social solidarity in this country because with a better understanding of how people feel, and if we support one another, it'll lead to a more peaceful society. Because I found out that people who are integrated into society socially are more likely to have lower feelings of neglect and loneliness, and are more willing to better the society as a whole and not be violent towards one another.
Very interesting, very interesting. Now, something else that came along with COVID-19 was increase in mental illnesses. Something else that increased was rates of suicide. Do you have any comments on this increase?
It's devastating, to be honest. It's unfortunate that anyone has to go through something like that. However, in my research, I have noticed that the more integrated society is, the lower the suicide rates. And as long as people have a sense of belonging and a sense of community, and we're practicing social solidarity and supporting one another, the suicide rates will drop. Although I can't promise they won't reach a zero, or they'll reach zero. They'll definitely be mitigated and lowered, and I believe people overall will be happier.
What exactly do you mean when you say social solidarity?
Yeah, there's two types of solidarities that exist within society. There's mechanical solidarity, which is formed around a nationality and a shared language. And then there's organic solidarity, which comes around when people aren't from the same background, don't have the same language, but they just live together. For example, like the United States, how it's a melting pot. In some ways it has organic solidarity, but in other ways it has mechanical solidarity, as in patriotism and 4th of July and stuff of the likes. But I have noticed that mechanical solidarity is a lot stronger and holds things together better than organic chemistry. And this is due to the fact that organic chemistry only can happen naturally and can't really fully form in a couple hundred years, whereas mechanical solidarity can form in the matter of a few years with an established cultural and nationality and a shared common language.
Do you have any studies on this?
I do. I did one in 1897 where I found out that just what I mentioned, that societies that have mechanical solidarity are stronger and support each other more versus than societies that have an organic solidarity. And usually organic solidarity societies, for people to really form complete social solidarity, there has to be something tragic that happens overall to the nation. For instance, 9/11, as tragic as it was, it brought people together, and organic chemistry got really close to full social solidarity.
What kind of steps do you think that we could take as a nation in order to move towards more social solidarity?
I believe we could take a step back and try to understand things from a different point, from the other person's point of view, rather than immediately attacking their character or just attacking the other person for the different opinions. And Now, this is mostly just the political side of things, but on outside of that, I believe we could just take the time to really connect with each other and practice empathy a lot more. And in that way, we'll get closer together and even closer to social solidarity, which will lead to a peaceful society.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for your time. That's all the questions I have today. Thank you for your time. Are there any more comments that you would like to make to me or the audience?
Yes, we need to come together in solidarity and form a better sociological solidarity and a better sociological intelligence to really create a better society.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you for having me.